All right, welcome everybody to the weekly screen share. Let me just double check everything, the audio, the visual, and see what we're doing. Yeah, I just got a speeding ticket, man, and it's 45 where I live. It's a quiet road. I go on this road every day. I'm on it like 5, 6, 7 times a day, and it slows down into road work, right? And I was driving probably 45, probably 50. I was probably maybe 5 miles over the speed limit, possibly. You know what I mean? And I saw the police officer way ahead of me in the work zone. I was driving with everybody else. We slowed down. I went by the cop, and he decided to pull me over. And he said I was going 55 in a 25. I even said to him, I was like, how? I was like, when I went by you, I was going 25. I was super nice to him. I said, I love you guys. I said, man, I'd rather, donate $2,000 to you guys than pay a $500 ticket, Like, I said, I give so much to local law enforcement. I love you guys. And you know what he did? He asked me my kids, and he went and got little stuffed animals for my kids. He said, how many kids you have? And he gave me 3 Beanie Babies, which is kind of crazy, right? I didn't have my license on me. I forgot, which I always have it on me, but I had switched. I got a new iPhone, and I had kept my wallet on the top of my bureau, but my wife decided to pick it up and put it in like this little box. And so every time I looked at my bureau, I couldn't see my wallet. It was in a little box that she had moved it into without telling me, but it's fine. And so I didn't know where my wallet was most of the day. Bang. Crazy day, anyway, the way it happened. But when I look at the ticket, I called a lawyer immediately who handles traffic tickets, and he said, did you sign the ticket? I said, no, I don't remember ever signing it. And right here, there's a place where I'm supposed to sign it. It says, I hereby, and I never signed the ticket. I never signed it. And he's thinking this is a copy, and then his copy is me signing it. I really don't remember ever signing the ticket personally, and I see his signature there. So there's a chance I can beat this ticket because I never signed it. They got to get you to sign that ticket for whatever reason. I don't know why, but that's the case. Anyway, who cares? Let's go look at Bitcoin, but it is what it is. So I'm gonna spot mentally, I'm just got to be honest with everybody where I've been here before. I've been at these places where everyone says we're going to keep going. And everyone says there's a run and you don't get it. The biggest money's coming in. And there's just these narratives. But the charts show you what's happening. Like, that's a lower high. And people just can't read the charts. Their emotions, the storyline, whatever they're listening to, whatever they're reading, they're unable to read the charts. Right? And they want to believe their emotions. They want to believe what everyone else is saying. And I've just seen this many times. At the same time, people get overly bearish, and then the market rips back up, right? And they panic sell it all. So what do you do in this situation, right? What do you do? Well, you do what I do, is you put what you're willing to absolutely lose into altcoins, knowing dang well that if it doesn't work out, you can continue to go on with your life. Okay? If it does work out, you can get a huge bump and possibly use that to make another jump in your life. To me, that's it. I'm not a financial advisor. That's what I do. I make sure I have income coming in, right? You got to have income coming in. I don't care if you got a job, passive, something, I own real estate. I have rent coming in. I have multiple streams of income at this present moment in time. I don't rely just on trading anymore. I created multiple streams of income, right? So if trading is tight for a second, I can sit back and relax for a couple weeks. I don't have to force profits every single week. I want to make sure at the end of the year, more money came in, right? And I want to make sure if we get this big bull run, and I make sure that I did very well in Bitcoin the last 2 years, extremely well. I changed my family's life forever. And you guys saw me do it, buying the dips, working my butt off, never taking a day off, 7 days a week, right? Grinding, running a business, and then buying Bitcoin whenever I had the chance. I mean, that, as simple as it was, that's really what got me out the rat race at the end of the day. And I always tell people that, have a 10-year plan for a long-term asset that you believe in and accumulate, right? That's how I got where I'm at. It wasn't rocket science. I didn't get rich overnight. It wasn't a fast move, right? It didn't happen overnight. It was a very slow grind. So right now, I have to be honest. I mean, that's a head and shoulder pattern. It's like no one wants to believe that and that head and shoulder pattern has a 68% chance of a breakdown. There's a 32% chance somehow, some way we wiggle out of this. I get it, but it's looking more and more bleak. You know, here it was like, then we lost it. It's looking more and more unlikely. And the thing is, I'm drinking the Kool-Aid. I'm listening to everybody, and I'm like, no, we have to have this bull run. This doesn't make sense. I have too much money in altcoins. And I'm starting to be like, well, no, this can't happen. It has to rip up. And I'm like, but my mind's like, but it's a head and shoulders, Sam. You know? We're all human. We're all susceptible to the same human issues that every trader is susceptible to. Remember that. If you're drinking your own Kool-Aid, that's previous resistance. That is support. That's, we came down and retested 109 again, but we had already retested it right there. And we did not need to come back and retest. The point was we retested it. It's supposed to be a green candle and continue up. So I'm not in love with the way that weekly looks. I'm not in love with the monthly. The monthly is horrible. Look at that thing. So these candles have to change. Like this next candle would have to be green, bigger than this one. You know what I mean? Right now, there's no bullish confirmation on the bigger time frame. The only thing we do have is that we're above support. We're above 102. We're above 109 right now. Right? We got a little bit of a bounce today. So you have to be ready for the fact that this can break down. And is that, and again, people that shorted this top, they're still in those shorts. Right? I think there was more money to be made to swing it because it went up and down so many times. That's why I don't like to hold them for too long. But like that has a very high likelihood of coming down to 80K. And that would decimate the altcoins, right? That would absolutely decimate the altcoins. I mean, it would be sayonara for the alts. They wouldn't, I don't, that would be, it would take them 6 months to come back to levels if they hit like that, right? So, Sam, you're blocking the chart. Really? Oh, man. Are you watching like behind? You're probably behind. Yeah. The cop may have subconsciously made an error so you'd have a chance to not pay. That's what I'm saying, man. Like God somehow, right? He goes paying off the cops, man. Plead it down to a seatbelt ticket. That's what we're going to try to do, man. I got a lawyer. I got this guy here in Sarasota, Jeff Haynes. The guy was on point. This guy right here, Sarasota Defense, Jeff Haynes. I mean, he answered the phone immediately. He's 3333, right? Number one. So I saw that. I was like, oh, he's the triple threes. So I call Jeffrey. I leave a message. He calls me back immediately. He asks for a picture of the ticket. He asked me for the Zelle. He says he'll take care of it. He'll do everything he can to make it as little as it can, And he was super awesome, very professional. Was great to talk to. There you go. Right. So if you ever need anything in Tampa or Sarasota, Jeff A. Haynes. All right. It looks like it's gonna. I have high hopes it'll be taken care of easily. And it happened just 2 hours ago. We're already taking care of it. He is charging me $750. I will. It's not. It's that's expensive, right? But I don't have to go to court then. It's a day where I would have to be on my live, and the court date's 9 a.m. And I don't want to deal with that, right? So that's a bearish retest to me. I've seen it 100 times in my life. Like you can't. I don't know. The rest of the world isn't seeing it. And that's what's really strange. When you know your TA, like the whole world won't see it, and you'll be like, "But that's obvious." It is what it is. So let's look at our, if we close a weekly candle below 108.8, it's likely we're going to go to 104. And if we go below 104, you're headed down to 99, and that's the 50 moving average. And the moving averages are very far apart on the weekly. That's when we definitely that's the end of a rally. The 21 and the 200 are very far apart. You have bearish divergence. The end of almost every asset I've ever seen ends like this. It looks just like this. And I'm not trying to, it's sad. Like, I don't want to be the bearish guy. I got to tell you the facts, right? And then you can take it however you want to take it. You can bail, you can sell. Some people are selling half their portfolio. One guy said he's selling a third. I'm not doing that. I have what I'm willing to lose. You know what I mean? I'll tell you what I did do today. I sold my hyper liquid position because I was sick of holding it for months and I didn't want to lose any money. you know, and I felt, you know what, I'll speculate on something that's, you know, I'll speculate on something else. So I got rid of Hyperliquid. I held it too long and didn't get a return. Like, to me, it was just, it wasn't worth it, man. And it looked like it was going to go to 55 or to 60 so many times. And then once ASTER came out and the liquidity left, and the narrative changed too. And that was like, oh man, now we got competition. Now there's liquidity. So what I did is I sold that, and that was like 25,000 Tether, you know, that I stashed back. And then I've been playing with about 60, 50K in ASTER and Advantis. And I'm up about 7,000, but then I keep swinging it for bigger money. And it's like, so I swung back in at 190. Now I'm down about maybe 800 right now as we speak. I got 25,000 ASTER, and I'm wondering, do I just sell it all, put my money on the sidelines and wait for this to really dump? You know, because even if it dumps, there's gonna be time. But like, to me, I just like, the narrative has me nervous to short, but at the same time, we gotta just forget the narrative. Like the whole world is turning to crypto. Like, how could you sell now? It doesn't make, you know, Trump and they're all the banks, and it's. I got to be honest, though, that's a head and shoulder pattern. So if we traded this and we got stopped out, it would be the best thing. It would be smart. You know, we would be taking the probability. So I don't like that that's not a 3-to-1. For me, it's got to be like a 3-to-1. The measured move doesn't even provide that. We'd have to get all the way back down here to really produce a good trade, right? 80, 70,000. This thing could really dump. I have to be honest to everybody. This is the most likely scenario. I'm not trying to be rude. This is the most likely scenario. This is likely going to happen. Okay? This is the probability. I don't know why no one else is telling you. I don't watch a lot of YouTubers, but I scan crypto Twitter. It doesn't seem like anyone's saying, hey, bearish retest of the rising wedge. You know, head and shoulder pattern. Like, this was that. I was excited. We had two green. I was like, that's going to be a green. When Sunday night closed that way, I was devastated, everybody. Devastated. Because, like, I'm a long-term holder of Bitcoin. I definitely make more money when people join the trading group and it's more bullish. Let's be honest. Like, I make more money when we pump. When it's tight, my business is tight. And again, I don't stress it. I'm not here for the money. I'm here for the experience. But I'm just telling you the odds, like the facts. So when I start going online and telling people it's bearish, it's not good for business, but I don't care. I'm not here for my wallet. I'm here to help other people. If helping other people helps me get paid in the long run, then so be it. I'm not here to do anything else, right? I've made up my mind of the reasons why I do what I do, and I have conviction for my actions, right? That way, when anything ever comes my way, I'm not going to move in a certain way. I'm going to stand solid because that's the way I move. You know what I mean? I have a habit of moving that way. That's why it's important to have principles and honor, because you can't shake when other people present, you know, a little cookie in front of you or something that might get you going. It's like, it doesn't matter to you. That's not what you're looking for, right? Man, this market has been for me, it's been brutal. I'll be honest. Like, I'm making so much money in my life. I need to make big money. I need a market to move big. Like, I need big moves. You know what I mean? Like, even these little shorts, fine. What do I made? 50 grand, 20 grand, 30 grand? Like, okay, but like, you know, I'm trying to turn 100 grand into 500 grand with Soul. Like, I've made millions of dollars now. I'm not trying to brag. Millions of dollars with Bitcoin. Like, I'm not trying to make a little bit of money anymore. So, like, these tiny moves are like, just like, or this up and down, you know? It's like I was loaded up in altcoins for a big, big run. I'm trying to make life-changing wealth in a long, you know, and I want to swing trade altcoins for a year straight. And it didn't happen this time. Like, I have to be honest with you. It just did not happen. Like, and I took advantage of everything we could. I swung trade this. I bought the dip on that. When SEI went super low, I put 50 grand in. Like, I tried to stay true to the game. I didn't panic sell. I didn't get emotional. I did everything I could have done. And this market still just continued to give us nothing. Like, it just, no. Like, the altcoins gave you nothing. Nothing. You know? And now you're in, that's the money making today is I see a short. I see a short right now. Enter a short right now with a stop above 116, 116.8, you know, 115.9. And take that puppy down to 78,000. Like, I see nothing else, right? And maybe I'm wrong and they bounce it back up and, if they bounce it and we go sideways here, then we know, fine, there's a chance. But it's just, this is the odds to me that we're going down. And I hate it because I have to be so bearish to show you the truth. Look, this is rolling over. Like, this is tweezer top. That's another bearish engulfing candle. Like, show me where we're going to reverse. Like, show me I don't see it. I see this as a shoulder, head, and a right shoulder too. I see two head and shoulders. It's extremely bearish. If this somehow makes it out alive, it'll make no sense to me. It'll be the first time in my life of all the charts I've studied that we've just out of nowhere, went on a miracle pump. It'll be so strange, everybody. It'll be so strange. 3-day chart, bearish engulfer, like nasty, coming right back to support. You lose that support. Look, you're coming back down to 104, and then you're coming back down to 99, and then 99, everyone's going to get super bearish. At that point, everyone's going to be on, oh yeah, we should have seen it. It was a bear market. How come we couldn't have told you? And then they're all going to say, yeah, after the fact. Like, no one's going to tell you straight up. I'll be honest, a lot of these people, like me, run a business on YouTube. They don't want to tell people bearish stuff, man. They want to keep telling you. They want to keep it going. I'm here to teach you everything I can and not to tell you, And the fact is, there's 120 people here when we have 1,000 people in the trading group. Insanity. So bearish to me, like that's bearish again. And then we were looking for the daily to possibly tweezer bottom today, and just no. Like, you're begging for a higher low now. And here it looked like we could go sideways. That should have, if we were bullish, this would have went sideways. The 21 would have pulled up. I've seen it 100 times. The 21 would have pulled into price. We would have went sideways. This is what I was looking for. I planned this out. Like, it was starting to look like 80% likely this was going to happen. The problem with me is this happens. My system works out so well that when that didn't flag out, I almost couldn't believe it. I was like, what do you mean? Like, and then I knew that was super bearish. You know what I mean? I'm so tuned into the probabilities that I can see when things are likely just not happening anymore. So Bitcoin has to bounce here. Like, and I've said that yesterday. I said that the day before. It's like every moment has been this like hanging by a thread moment. It's very frustrating. Like, it's okay if you pump and then you pull back and then you pump and you pull back. But it's like, man, it's crushing. And look, the daily wants to come to that 200 moving average. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if they end up meeting somewhere in here. Now, 109 is attempting to stop it. We're going to look at the small time frames and see. But see, I'm really good at finding the reversals. Like, I found it here. I found it there. I found it there. I found it there. But it's like, it's getting old, man. Every time we get it, we're getting a rollover after I find the reversal. It's, the charts are starting to tell me something. They're saying, hey, Sam, don't you notice every time you're rolling over? It's telling me, man, are we done with the macro uptrend? Because it's feeling that way. You have this low, you have this high, you have this higher low. You technically are still somewhat bullish because you're in a higher low, but you're just hanging by a thread here. And I've been overly bullish. I've been done everything I can. I went after longs. Every time we went long, I went at it. Like, I'll long this tonight and see what happens on the 8 hour. Like, I'll go after the oversold areas. I'll use no emotion, no fear. Doesn't matter. Like, this market has been brutal. Like, this is bullish div. You're supposed to long that. We got to bounce. Then it was really strong bullish div there. Extremely strong bullish divergence. Like, all the other times, like 90 out of 100 times, we get a bounce there. Today, we started the bounce. Nope, they shocked it. And then I called the dump to 108.250. We went to 108.450. I could see it was just going to continue to collapse. And we did. We made the descending triangle. We continued to dump, right? The 1 hour just rolled over the head and shoulder. Bang. Now you're like, can we make bullish divergence again? I mean, this RSI is trying to tell you got bullish div, but it's pretty weak. I tweezer bottom this today. I bought this exactly as it came up. As we came up here, I was up 700. When we got there, now I got out $500. And then we rolled over again. I did what I could to try to attempt this bottom. I took out, I've been doing this for years, and it's been tough for me. How tough could it be for someone that's only been doing this for a couple years? Even 3 to 4 years. It's got to be vicious, man. Vicious price action. And God bless everyone that nailed the short. There was good short money. We lost the, my strategy tells you when that 1 hour lost the 200, you start thinking short. Last night I told you if the 15-minute couldn't get back above the 200, expect more downside. That was this here, and we rolled over. And today we got the rally. And then remember, this was Sunday, or this was last night when we were looking at this, right? And we were like, can we stay in? But then it made that right shoulder, and then they completely collapsed it. Then they made this right. And then this is when I showed you the symmetrical triangle on the 5, remember? And I said it could go either way, but it's likely going to dump. And there it did. Now you got some div, and you're attempting to bounce. I don't trust any of the bounces anymore. You know what I mean? Before we got a bounce, I was like, oh, this is the beginning. You know, it's 108 all the way back to 120. And now every time we get a bounce, it seems to be short-lived. So again, this is a swing down, a swing down. That's a swing up. There's some bullish divergence on the 1-hour time frame. Bullish divergence is only as strong as the support and resistance ahead of it. That's what I've learned the hard way. So be my guest. You would long here with a stop below these 2 wicks, and you can keep trying to catch the bottom like I've been. It hasn't. It's been tough. 5 minute. 1 minute, just trying to get back above the 200 moving average again, right? But it did it a few times, and it's not looking amazing. So what do I see happening tonight? What's my prediction for tonight? I'd have to say it's more likely. I'm usually like I'm just such a perma bull, and they're starting to break me down. Like, you know what I mean? They're starting to make it look very bleak, like we're gonna go anywhere. They're starting to make me question whether we're gonna have a bull run. They're making me question it, and I'm like the strongest mental. I have so much. I'm mentally. I can like be all alone. I don't need anything, and they're making me question it now. And when they make me question it, they've already taken thousands of people. By the time I'm questioning the rally, they've taken millions of people out of the market. Because I am just steadfast. Like, they got to beat me to death for me to leave. Like, I am like the most stubborn person you've ever met. Like, who would go live as many days as I have in a row? Like, that's insane. I don't care. Like, I will win. It doesn't matter. I will sleep in a cardboard box. I won't eat for 10 days. I'll wear the same clothes for a month and a half. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Like, for me to win, there's nothing as long as I'm not hurting nobody or doing something shady, there's nothing I won't do to win, man. I'll put myself through the hardest, whatever it takes. Whatever it takes. And when they're messing with me, I'm like, dang. Hey, this is a crazy market. A crazy market. Was that the 15? Yeah, so the 15-minute has bull div. You see? So the cautious trader again waits for us to crack the 5-minute. Same story, morning glory. Crack the 5-minute, let the 21 cross, and get the flag. Look, we got it here, but they rolled this over. We got it kind of here, but they rolled this over. Like they didn't play out, And that's why you people stop right here. You get stopped out. Put a stop right here. You get stopped out. Eventually, you trade it and you win it. You only got to win 3 out of 10. You see what I'm saying? Nice little bounce here for Bitcoin. So here's the night. You watch this and see if you can get back above the 5-minute time frame. If not, you're going lower. Like the small time frames, basically. So I'm telling you right now, I don't know what's going to happen. I'm going to watch the small time frames. If they get us back above I'm telling you what to do. All of us don't know what's going to happen. We're all going to say that right now, because if we don't know what's going to happen, we're going to have a way better chance of winning. So we all don't know what's going to happen. Period. Right? We can, you don't know. Oh, just get out of your mind. You don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen. I've been doing this for years. I don't know what's going to happen. All right, once we can say that and admit that, we have a clean slate, because now we can react to what the market gives us and take the proper movement. So tonight, I would watch your 5-minute. If you get above the 5-minute time frame, high risk is to get in immediately. Lower risk is to wait for the 21 to cross and the flag to come in. If you get that flag and the 21 crosses, there's a good chance we are reversing and we're getting out of here. And then the 5-minute would have to go to the 7-minute 200 moving average. Then the 10-minute, then the 15. And if you get above the 15, then there's talks of us getting above the 30, then talks of us getting back above the 1 hour, and then talks of us getting back above the 2 hour and the 4 hour. And then we can actually stop this insanity. And then I can say, hey, the bigger time frames aren't going to dump us. So the only way the biggest time frames don't dump us, if these small time frames get us sequentially back above the 200 moving average. That's it. That is it. Okay? And so you don't have to know what's going to happen. I can teach you how to find out by what the charts tell us. We need an inverted head and shoulder here on the 4 hour. We have to get some bullish divergence. This has to be the bottom here. If 109 is not the bottom, we're going to 104. And then if you take 104 out, I just don't see how you can't get to 100. And then that means the bigger time frames are dumping, and that means we're on the way to a big reset. So like if you can't get above this 5 minute tonight or the 4 hour, if the 4 hour can't reverse in the next 16 to 25 hours and get you close and back above this 200 moving average, like we're in serious trouble. Like we're in serious trouble for this market to survive. And there's a black swan or something going on. And despite the rate cuts, despite what they told you, despite risk and all of this nonsense, don't listen to the narrative. Listen to the charts. Okay? Like this isn't an emergency weekly screen share. Seriously. Like it's like a wake-up call for everybody here. When I sell out of positions and tether up even slightly, something is going on. I don't do that for no reason. I don't get all serious and crazed during the live for no reason. I want you to realize how serious this is. Like there's a chance here they're going to demolish, like millions of people are going to get wrecked here. Like this could be one of the biggest liquidations in history. Even today, 170 million liquidated. Again, like, how, they liquidated Sunday. They liquidated today. Where is all the money coming from? How do they keep liquidating people? It's like, eventually, like, I'm just amazed by it. So I'm assuming we go lower. Just like when I'm bullish, I flip this chart upside down, and I'm looking for the 21 to interact with the 1 hour, and I'm looking for it to continue to dump. You see? And that measure move is deep. It goes all the way 104,500. So this is what I'm looking for, just like when we're bullish. The trend is up. We're above the 200. The 21's coming. We need bearish divergence in a nasty reversal here, or we're. So that is just absolute absurdity, right? One sign here, look, you're crossing the 200 moving average there on the 1 minute. Like it's all, I know it's crazy, but you can't start a rally. It's like you can't walk 1,000 a mile without taking one step off your front steps. All right, you first open your door and you go outside, you take your first step. That's how you move. Same thing with crypto. Like it can't, or any coin in the world, you can't pump unless you get above the 200 moving average. And, the more I look at them, I'll have to start trading stocks again, man. I'm about to open up a stock account on Webull, which I actually have, and start trading stocks again. Like, the other day, I'm like, why am I paying so much attention to crypto? It's going to keep playing games, man. I'm going to make sure my team and my group makes gains somehow, some way. If we have to trade the NASDAQ, if we have to trade AI, we have to trade mining. I don't know what we got to trade. Insane. Let's look at Hyperliquid and why I decided to jump out, right? After having so much conviction in it for so long and really believing in it, like it's crazy to me. So yeah, I'm looking for this to make a bear flag and continue to 104. We just have to assume that's going to happen. If the 5 minute gets back above the 200 and it shows us they can reverse, then fine. I'll think about a long. Until then, it's just pointless. It's pointless. And it's telling us we're going to go lower. So that's my update for Bitcoin. I see a bear flag of the one and us to continue down. The charts have spoken to me already. The bearish retest, the head and shoulder, the two different ones. Head and shoulder on the daily, head and shoulder on the weekly. Like, it's clearly told me what's going on. Like, I can either listen or decide I want to hear what I want to hear, right? Now, that doesn't mean I'm not open-minded to flip along if the right opportunity arises. And that's Bitcoin in a nutshell. I think I got you locked and loaded, right? So the smart idea is to wait for this to fill out and then start a short. That's the most likely scenario. If you get back above the 5 minute 200 moving average, then so be it. There's a chance you have something coming, but besides that, it's a wrap. All right. So that's Bitcoin. Let's look at total 3. Altcoins could not lose this trend line. Like, it was so important. Look, they made a shoulder, head, right shoulder there. You tell me what's going on. They're cutting the rates, risk on assets. It's supposed to be amazing. It's your last chance to buy. This is the last shakeout before the final pump. Really? Maybe it is. I have enough money in that if it is, I'll take so much advantage of this pump. If it's not, I just get beat down with what I was willing to lose. Right? It's been like I've had like this 600 to basically $1 million in the altcoin market now for 2 years. For 2 years. Again, I sound like a baby, right? I didn't get paid when I was supposed to. It's okay, right? It's not supposed to be when we want it. But dang, man. Like, don't you have to have market participants to have the market? Like, how do you not let us participate at all? Like, how is there no participation? You know what I mean? It's just weird to me. So you look at today, and overall assets down 11,000, right? Because Bitcoin's down, and I hold a lot of Bitcoin. XC token, ASTER, it's all down, right? SEI. I got Tether there, right? And that's basically that's my hyper liquid position. I tethered back in, man. I'm done. I'm not going to watch. I'm done. I put it in for so long. Let's take a look. So, you know, this could be the best time to buy alts right here, right? You get this bounce. Everyone says you were scared. Bitcoin reverses tonight. And we're just like, you know, but it's like, man, I would love it if 2 weeks from now we're here and I can be like, man, that was close. You know, we survived again. But like, we survived this one. We survived this one. We survived this one, this one, this one. Like, it's been getting nitty and gritty every single time. Like, I can't believe I'm still holding. You know, if you're still holding with me, then you're a G. Like, you're just like, they can't break you. And even then, that could make a right shoulder. Like, there's so many mixed signals. Like, no nice flag, no nice, it's not, it's everything is, you know, it's not just like, just let us get the nice ride. But they're not letting it happen like that. You have to take heavy risk to win in this market now. Like, so much risk, it's almost not worth winning. You know what I mean? Like, you have to risk it all to win, to make anything. It's crazy. You need a bounce there really bad. It's not bearish, though. It's okay. The daily's above the 200. We're consolidating it. Like, it's actually not the worst, right? It's okay. This got me irate. So you watch this position. I watched it here when it was in the flag. We called it. We pumped it, right? 34, I start buying this thing. 32, 34. Then it makes this flag, right? I buy a little more. Then it makes this flag. And when it dips back down here, I buy a little more, right? Then it starts ripping. I don't touch it. Then I stay in it from all of August, all of September. I get the pump. I get the second pump. And next thing you know, ASTER comes out and Advantis. And then all of a sudden, Hyperliquid gets all, drained. It's just crazy to me. And to me now, like, it consolidates so slow that, like, if it comes back again, fine. Maybe it has to consolidate like this. I don't know. To me, it lost the trend. You know what I mean? It had a beautiful trend. It lost that trend. I'm done. I'm not going to ride. And I got out there before it dumped even more. I'm not going to sit there and lose my money. I got in at 34. I'm out at 41. I'm not playing this game. I tied up 20 grand in capital for too long. I'm all set. And let it come back up and whatever. I'll put it somewhere. I'll find maybe a new coin come out or something. Who knows? Or when it consolidates, I'll put it back in at 50 and ride it up. But dang, man, that's ugly to me. I'm not going to ride when you lose a trend line. That's not going to happen to me. So not happening. So far, there could be a bounce here on the 1 minute. I got a long right there just in case. On KCEX, down $40. I do everything a good trader is supposed to do. Long the bottoms, wait for the tweezer tops, stay patient. Doesn't matter. This market is it's a down. It's basically it's a short market. It's a shorter's market. Except for like BNB ripping. So yeah. Again, I haven't sold anything. That's another thing. I show my portfolio. I haven't sold a thing. Nothing. I still have every coin that I said I bought in front of you guys. I still buy more Bitcoin. I got ASTER that's flipping now. SEI, Ondo. I still got all these bags. The only thing I sold was hype because I showed you why. Like, I'm not going to sit there and watch it lose a trend line, I still hold these coins, man. And I still hold 100 grand in Solana. I still hold Atom. I still hold Chainlink. I still hold a bunch of Render. I still have coins on Weeks. Like, I'm telling you right now, I'm sitting on like $850,000 worth of altcoins, even with this low that we're in now. And I've come here every week and shown this, and I've never panic sold. And right now, I told you I sold hype. Like, I'm telling you what I did. And I told you exactly why I did it, and I showed you the chart, right? So, look, they got no, like, everything is kind of in a standstill right now. All they're putting out is pump on hyper liquid Solana and Bitcoin is bullish. Like, on the 13th, it's just, nah, I'm all set, man. AppDAO is bullish. They like it. So let's see here. So these are these are signals that just came out. They like Man I do like Orderly, right? Omni Network has been hot too. Bricks, Rat, Dora, but Bitcoin's got to show me something first for me to be able to believe in any of this. Well, I just want to post this to Token Metrics. If you're new to my channel, we have a Token Metrics section here, and I'm posting this stuff Mondays and on the weekly screen share, and if other days too if I see something, but mainly those 2 days. The market starts to rip back again. These are the coins that we could pay attention to. SN41. And again, you'd have to search the whole internet and go through Twitter, and to find the names of these coins, you'd have to do so much research, and they're right here for us. And I'm saying there's other lists, there's other way to find stuff, but this is a great resource. I got a $3,000 NFT to have access to this too. So that's the thing. This is $89 to $99 a month, and you get it on top. Like, it's, when people leave the group, I'm always like, but did you do the math? Or did you just emotionally say, this isn't working for me? Man. All right. And again, when Bitcoin dumps, like, it's not when we start, let's go find all the hottest altcoins. Like, we need Bitcoin to level off right now. So another emergency night, another, tough trading day. Good gains in the shorts. There was a signal below the 200 moving average. For some reason, the last 6 months, I haven't been able to short as good as I have been in the past. I don't know what. I think it's because Bitcoin's in this macro uptrend. I'm still like, you know what it is once you become a more pro trader, you start picking like one thing to be really good at. And like, I'm really good at my reversals and my models. And so now I just wait for my models and I short less. But I used to short and long. Before I was obsessed with my model, I used to short and long more. But now, because I'm so obsessed with the model's not a short model. So I really, like, even on a short day, I show you I can make gains when my model shows up and just be in the chart for a little while. So even on the, I don't have to short even to make money on a day. I could just wait for my model. So I used to feel this like need to short every time. The one thing about the group though, I like to give shorts to everybody. So, and I used to be a lot better at it. I'd be like, hey, here's a short this flag, short this head and shoulder. I'd be able to really present you the trade as well as I was presenting the long. And I guess I'll get back to that a little bit. And I'm just admitting to you guys, I don't know why. Lately, I just haven't been, I'm a human being. I just haven't been into shorting that much. We're in a macro uptrend, and I'm like, why? I hold so much Bitcoin. I believe in Bitcoin. It's like, why am I shorting this asset? But now it's starting to show that we're going to lose a macro trend, and we may be in tune for some nastiness here. Let's look at the fear and greed index. If it's in the 30s, that's a great sign. Wow. Wait, hold up. Did it really go to 28? I mean, that's super high. Wow. That's when I start to buy Bitcoin. Like, that's a really good price to buy Bitcoin. 28 on the fear. That's extreme fear. I feel like you have to buy some Bitcoin at 28. Like, you just have to. Like, you have no choice. I mean, I bought 107. I bought 108. I've been buying, man. And, it's funny. Bitcoin bumps, then, Aster will pump back up. All these coins. Bitcoin dumps, it's going to take everything down. So it's like very high risk to trade altcoins right now because you don't know what Bitcoin's going to do. You're on the whim. Look, there's the one. I think we're in the green now, barely. $13. Let's see if we can win today. What a trade. So I'm longing Bitcoin tonight on the 1 minute there. I'm seeing if we can get back above the 5. It's high risk. It definitely looks like we're going to break down, but like maybe we squeak through, Tomorrow we have PCE at 8:30. Core PCE, right? And personal income and spending. So we have data coming in tomorrow at 8:30, which is going to rock the market. So we'll deal with that, and then we go from there. I like those DEXs, Advantis and Aster, but Bitcoin has to find some balance. It's a tough spot. Like, you have to really go super high risk right now and buy the nasty fear to survive. Before we would go sideways a little bit, consolidate, and you can buy the consolidation with a little less risk. Now it's like you have to buy the nastiest day in the world or you don't win. And then by the time we go up again, they reverse the price, and it's vicious, man. It's vicious. Like, shorting has been advantageous. If you're good at shorting, the market has been pretty good for you. There's been good shorts below the 200 moving average on the 1 hour, and we have been in a short ever since. And every time we have a chance to reverse the short, we don't seem to be able to get out of it. Let me jump into the chat here. Maybe a good class idea would be a short boot camp. Screen share is the best day of the week. Real feels. Thank you, man. I used to look forward to Thursday Night Football. And now it's the screen share with the lifer. Thank you, man. Buy the fear. Chill, guys. Keep the faith. Yeah. And I keep buying the fear, everyone. I keep doing it over and over and over again. And I haven't been rewarded for it. I really haven't. Like, I bought the fear in SEI on the last massive dip we had. Let's take a look at SEI. We had this dip, bought more. We had this dip, bought more. We had this dip here, bought more. Right? Now we're right back where I bought it again. And we're, you can say, well, we're on the daily, above the 200 moving average, and this is going to break out. And it could head and shoulder dump too, though. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like every time you're making a bet, it's a high-risk bet. It's been very tough. I'm just being honest with everybody. I tell it how it is. The great thing is it's opportunity. Most people won't be able to handle this, so it means there has to be opportunity here if most people can't handle it. All right. Bro, it's time for us to go pro and pool. What's trading? I know, right? It's time. You coming over, bro? Dang, man. I got a speeding ticket. The market dumped. Last night I called long and it didn't work out for me. Like, I was like, how do you not pump out the 1 hour flag? Like, you do it every time. Like, this was so textbook with the higher low here. Like, they dumped it all day for 10 hours straight. They touched the 21 with the low stoke. I mean, that was boom. I could not, when that didn't pump, previous resistance as support, it had like 5 bullish confluences. And, right? Again, we did lose the moving averages on the 15, and I did point that out. As I went to bed, we bounced off the 15, and I was like, oh, we're good to go. Like, that's going to rip. I'm going to wake up in the money. Not that time, And then I just continued to dump, and then I gave you the flag here and said we're going to 108,250, and we went to 108,600. Probably 450 on the futures. What about lighter? Lighter, I like lighter a lot, and I think it's going to make a lot of money. We just got to get ourselves in lighter at the right time. I believe it comes out next week, so. Sometimes I confuse an inverted head and shoulder for an M. Sorry if it's a dumb question, but how can I differentiate them? I mean, they're not the same pattern. An M is like this. An inverted head and shoulder is this, right? Like, I don't understand. Like, an inverted head and shoulder is an inverted head and shoulder. It's not an M pattern. Maybe you see this and you think it's going to be an M like that. It's the moving averages. Like, look where the 21 and the 200 are. You know, at the right side, you're above the 200 with the 21 crossing. That's why you break out. When you're in an M, you're falling below the 200, likely getting a bearish cross. The moving averages are going to teach you really what the pattern's going to do. Pay attention to those moving averages. They tell a story. So bull div right here on the 15. A possible bounce. Can we get a tweezer bottom here? Right there, they came back for more, but that's possibly the bottom. But I only, you know, like I would tell you, I'd watch the 1 hour go back to the 21-day moving average and then flag it out like we do the other way. Can we say the daily is a giant W pattern? Like where? Like where? Like here? Possible double bottom, yeah. I don't know. Like you're here. I don't know. I don't see what you're seeing, man. It's not. I don't see it. So no. I'd have to say no. Yeah. We love you, Sam. Thank you, Lever Doge. I love you too, man. Even I get discouraged, man, this market for years and years, and I'm leading people, and I want to make sure that I'm leading people the right way, and then I see the market just, and it gets in my head, man. I'm like, damn, man. I go for a walk in the woods, and I ask myself, like, hey, Sam, I bought the bot. What settings are you using? I'd like to try them out if possible and see if I can get a similar performance. Let me bring it up for you and show you what I'm doing with it. I close the bot. I can't stand when I do that. I guess I'm a little irritable today. You can tell, right? I'm supposed to be Mr. Perfect. Nothing bothers me, but that's just not, that would not be true, right? Dang, man, well, I don't remember ever closing the bot. Can't stand when I do that. Bybit Perpetual. And the 15-minute. So here's my bot settings. Here's my inputs. So I got 150,000 in there. All right. So use BTC as collateral. I'm long. All right. This all changes as it goes, but and you change it. My base order is 30,000. My safety order is 15. The leverage is 10. Right, so it's a $300,000 trade, right? So max safety count is 7, price deviation is 1, safety volume scale 1.5. Okay. Pretty simple, right? Time frame 1 day, symbol Bitcoin. I thought it was on the 15, honestly. That's a bit weird for me. But that might be something different. He sets a lot of that. And oh, here, no, this is what you want to see. So you backtest your start date. If you're starting it today, it's today, you know. And then like you do like about 5 minutes ahead of where we're at. But the 1.5, the trailing stop 1.5, full exit at TP is 2. Fixed is the order calculation, right? Again, the base order 30,000, the safety 15. 7, 1.5, 1 price deviation, 1.5. All these should basically stay the same. I don't think you change any of this. I don't know if that helps you. The bot's underwater now too, which never happens. So it's like, dang, man. Seems like every bull div has been getting slammed. Yep, that's what happens when you're in a very sharp downtrend. The bull divergence doesn't work, you know. I looked at the pi cycle, the top indicator, again, the monthly chart. The last two all-time highs, we came back to the monthly 21. Could be something similar, 95, 96K. Yeah. Thank you, Sam. Thank you for consistency, learning so much. I appreciate you for saying that, because that's the point, right? Yeah, my Miria, Naka, and A. Yeah, me too, man. They're all whack. It's like, I bought stuff. I did heavy research. I bought what I thought was the best. I spent time. You know, I'm almost like, the altcoins have been like a slap in the face, man. It's like, dang. They used to pay me so well. I paid a little bit of attention to them, and they'd pay me so well. And it just hasn't been the case. I'm not discouraged. We will continue to fight through it and win. But, man, it's tough. It's tough. I'm going to open up BOOKMAP and see what BOOKMAP says. So far, we're getting a little bit of movement here. Just a barely. I'm at 4%, baby. Man. Yeah, so tonight's one of those nights for me. I'm sitting on my hands, man. It's like we have to bounce. It's like almost like we have to bounce tonight. Like we either bounce tonight or we begin the descent of the head and shoulder pattern, right? And we start to dump all the way down to 96,000. Like pretty obvious to me. Either you bounce here or this is it. And I feel like we've already said this is it. I think we barely reached, like, I feel like it's already told us what's going to happen. We're just in denial now. You know, even me, like I'm in denial. Look at SQDUSD at weeks. It's up 60%. Thanks for all you do, Sam. My life has been 100x since I joined the 99. God bless you, brother. Thank you. So I believe we all know what to do. 5 minute gets above the 200. We look to execute a reversal, right? We look for that 21 to cross. We wait for the flag. We don't get that, right? And look, BOOKMAP says we go lower to 108. This is 108, 100 and beyond. There's liquidity on either side, but BOOKMAP still suggests that we're going to go lower, down to 108,000. And there's a lot of liquidity all the way down to 100K. But right now it's 108, and then hopefully could we get back to 115, 118. Man, we were, you know what it was, is we had gotten out of the doldrums. We were on our way up. It looked like the next green candle, and I got a little complacent. I have to be honest. I got like, oh, we're good. Like, it's just going to be up only for the next few months now. I don't have to deal with anything. And then just, I was like, man, I thought we were out of this already. Like, enough is enough, right? Thanks, Sam. Much love. Constant Jim Rohn listening is incredibly influential. Good night. I mean, he tells you how it is. He tells you that, like, you're being a lazy bum. You know, you play Jim Rohn, and he's like, hey, you sat on your butt all day, and you want to get somewhere? You're not anywhere because you don't work hard enough. He just basically tells you exactly how it is. He's like, oh, you want this? You don't want to work for it, so you're not going to get it. You know what I mean? He's like, oh, you've been daydreaming your whole life. You've wanted something that you've never even thought you could, and you're mad that you're not there. You want to be a business owner, and every day you're depressed because you don't own your own business, but you haven't done one thing to start a business. Like, you know what I mean? He makes things really clear. He's like, we're upset about things that we shouldn't even be upset about. We haven't even started things that we dream to accomplish. He's like, he basically just puts it in your face and says, hey, like, do you want to be great or do you want to cry all day? He said, you have a choice, right? And it's up to you. Who do you want to be? You can be great or you can cry all day. Like, it's completely up to you. And he just leaves it there. And he basically says, and again, a lot of he talks about is how your road to success is alone. Like, you're going to do it alone. Like, no one's going to do it for you. You know, it's you and you alone. Like, some people will help you. Like, I can mentor you. I can help you, guide you. You can listen to me every day and be like, dang. I can basically just force you to be like, dang, if he keeps doing the right thing, then I should keep doing the right thing. I got to get off the alcohol. I got to stop hanging out with these loser people in my life. I got to stop, you know what I mean? I got to make a change. Very important that's, you know what I mean? And that's the whole point of what I do every day is to help you get somewhere, right? I'm not perfect. I've made mistakes. I've made bad calls. I wish I could make perfect calls every time. I did go on a hot streak. I mean, I called that 107.9, 108, and I nailed it all the way up to like 112. And I went on one of my best runs ever 2 weeks. For 2 weeks straight, we were hitting. And then this week came to kind of a halt with the chop. Great to be here as usual. Asleep UK. It's been tough mentally, but we are definitely stronger together. Absolutely appreciate the liver community. God bless you, Artwork. It's all market makers, greedy exchanges, stupid memes, and these rugs. They ruined everything. Yeah. You talked about the head and shoulders on the weekly many times, and it's a possibility, and you warned us. Yeah. Jim Rohn and Mark Douglas could be brothers, 100%. Face calls in the sandworm. Face calls it the sandworm. Chasing and eating liquidity zones relentlessly. It's insane. Yeah, he just... Yeah, just like, dang. I finally heard him. Now I got to listen to Joan for real. Yeah, you'll love it. It'll change your life forever. It'll change your life forever. So possible reversal tonight. We are creeping back towards that 200 on the 5. The 1 minute looks okay. It's starting what could be okay. But we've had it all, back and forth a few times. So we'll see. What I'm showing you here is just like, can that flag play out on the 1 minute? Dump are the same word, just the first letter different. Yeah. And I attempt to get a better night's sleep tonight on Thursday nights because the market slows down and we come back tomorrow. So, everybody, I got that one long open. Looks like After's going to take a massive dump. Like, I don't trust anything right now. I really don't, man. I would capital up and just wait for better opportunities personally. That is what I'd be doing. But you do whatever makes you happy. I would capital up and wait for better opportunity or I just leave things alone that I have a long-term conviction in, and that's it. That's it. Yeah. Not a fan. I'm not a fan right now of speculating on any altcoin right now. I'm done. Yep. Some nights are for walking away, man, and just letting it do its thing. You don't have to catch every single bounce. You don't have to catch every reversal. Been here for years now. I've learned so much about myself in this process, mostly focusing on having control of my emotions and learning how to be the best version of myself. Well, God bless you. Thank you. And for everyone that uses my knowledge and my ability to help you, I'm happy I'm here to help you all. Stay blessed. Stay amazing. I would not over leverage tonight. There's a chance we wake up tomorrow and we are in a massive dump. A massive dump. Okay? You'll know because we won't get above that 5 minute and we'll continue to roll over. So watch your 5 minute tonight. That's going to teach you what's going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen, but I can teach you how to find out what's going to happen by watching the charts. Everyone, I love you. Stay amazing. Stay focused. All right? Always save money. Find multiple streams of income, not just trading. Get a rental property if you can. Get something to come in somehow, some way. Find something you can resell online. There's so many things that you can resell online, right? There's so many digital products out there that you can get yourself involved with. There's 1,000 ways to skin a cat out here. There's 1 million online businesses. Have yourself one of them. Get yourself some money out here on the internet, please. There's money on the internet. Start small. Do something little. Do eBay. Buy bulk and resell. I'm telling you. I started just small internet businesses, and they led me to my next internet business, and I never stopped. So just keep going. Don't stop. Find other people that are entrepreneurs. Hang out with entrepreneurs, people with ideas, people that push. Find people at the gym that work out. Stay away from negative people. Stay away from the alcohol. Stay away from the bar rooms. It's not going to get you anywhere. It's just a bunch of people that are waiting for distractions. In the bar rooms, there's a few people. There's the really rich people that already have it set, like some guy who, got his dad's business, and it's all set for him. And, he can go to the bar twice a week and run up his tab and have a blast, and that's what he does. But if you're like me, and you're self-made, you don't have a nest egg, and you weren't born into money, man, you don't have that luxury. You got to grind. And you don't have that time to play games. We're trying to, change our family's generational wealth. We're trying to change tax brackets. This is like the biggest times of our lives, right? This is everything to us. So you got to make the best of it and put 110% in right now. Don't stop. Believe in yourself. I don't have anyone else. Like, you guys believe in me. Don't get me wrong. Like, I love the support I get. But, like, if I stop believing in myself, it doesn't matter how many of you believe in me, right? It's over for me. My mind and your mind are our prisons or our wings out. It's like we have to help ourselves. Otherwise, there's no one's going to do it for us. There's no whining. There's no crying in baseball, man. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Like, don't get me wrong. The Lifers are a great community. We all help each other. We all care, but nobody, you know what I mean? If my hot water heater breaks tonight, like, are you going to come and show up and fix it? You know what I mean? Are you going to donate $5,000 to me right now for my new air conditioner for my family? No, like, let's get real. People love you, but, like, you're on your own, man. You got to grind. And it's this is the way my dad used to talk to me, so that's how I talk to you guys. I don't know any other way. Stay strong, be hard, and don't be surprised if we take a massive dump tonight. The odds are more likely we're going to dump. That's a head and shoulder pattern. That dumps 68% of the time. Don't be flabbergasted if we get a massive pullback to 95,000, and it could start tonight. Be vigilant. Be very vigilant.